Hi, today we'll be doing something different. We'll try to repair this GameBoy Color. I'll be honest, I had a quick peek into in here, and obviously this doesn't work, and there's a lot of damage here, so battery leak and stuff. And normally, or in some cases, it's fine. All this can be cleaned, and sometimes there's some traces that need to be repaired on the motherboard. But this one is somewhat special because if you look carefully, you probably won't see it here, but if you look carefully, there's even damage on the screws. So yeah, I'm not very optimistic, to be honest, and for that reason, I have a backup. I have another one. This one doesn't work either. This one also has some damage here and there, but apart from the battery contacts, everything else seems to be fine. So yeah, this will be a backup, and the reason I want to fix this one is that the shell here and the screen is pretty much mint. Like, there's pretty much no visible damage at all. So even the cartridge slot here, there's no signs of any damage. If you can see this, right? So it's really clean and nice. So I'd love to, I'd like to fix this one. If I can't, as I said, I'll try to fix this one. This one obviously has screen damage, or the polarizer. The shell is also in pretty good shape. Like, there's some signs of in here, but also not really. I can't complain too much. This is also very good condition. But again, the screen, and there's a very visible scratch. I'm not sure if you can see it here, but there's very visible deep kind of scratch on the lens. So this one is probably the best candidate. So if I can't fix this one, I'll try to fix the other one, and I'll take the motherboard from that other one and put it in here. So let's take it under the microscope. Actually, I'll disassemble it quickly. So I'm not sure if you can see this, but it's pretty clear that there's, even on the screws, as you can see here, there's some corrosion, or caused by battery leak, that greenish stuff. And let's have a look at the motherboard quickly. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if you can see. Oh yeah, I'm sure you can see. See this stuff here? It's everywhere. It's in here, it's in here. See it anywhere else? Just quick inspection. So it's definitely here. I don't see kind of major damage here. There's a lot of that stuff in this area. Phone jack, it's here. And there's a lot of that stuff right here. So let's take it on the microscope, and we'll see if we can do anything about it. Okay, so back at the microscope, as you can see, this is that blue stuff, nasty stuff, that's caused by battery leak. All the corrosion here, all this stuff, it is nasty. It's everywhere, on the battery contacts, on the board. It's in here, and as I suspected, if you have a look here at the volume slide, it's also right here. But that's only the part of the problem, because look at this. This is just a nightmare. This just fell off. you can see, this battery contact just fell off the board completely right here. Yeah, I'm not really sure if it makes any sense to even try to repair it. But one thing that I noticed, I'm not sure if you will be able to see this, hopefully you will. This whole board is damaged. You see this here, this is a bulge. You can see there, oh, there it is. See what's underneath? This is corrosion everywhere. So, yeah, it makes no sense to even, yeah, I definitely, makes no sense. The whole part here is gone. I don't see a point, honestly. This is gone. Like this stuff here. Look. This is probably gone. There's a via here, which is most likely damaged. These vias are also damaged. Yeah, so anyway, on the positive side, the speaker looks very good, so that will be a spare. Yeah, it's made a mess on my desk, and these chips, all these chips here look perfectly fine. I don't think there's any damage, so I'll keep this as spares. This power switch looks okay, so I'll keep those, but the board is gone. So I'll take the other one apart and I'll be back. We'll have a look at the other board and see if the other one can be saved. Okay, so this is that other board, that other Game Boy that I disassembled, and first thing that I noticed, battery contact gone. Doesn't look promising, to be honest, and you see this? This is corrosion. So this board is also most likely beyond repair. One positive thing is that the damage is concentrated here. So here, and actually let's flip it to the other side. Yeah. So is this the area? Yeah, exactly. So this is where the battery was. This is the battery contact. So everything else on this board yeah, this can be restored. This is corrosion, but the pads are actually there. You can see there the copper. This point, there's some corrosion. This via, these two well, a lot more vias. So these are probably gone. Yeah, I'm not sure, to be honest. Oh God. Go ahead and clean it and see, and we'll see if we can salvage this. Is this part gone? I think there is copper there. Not 100% sure. Let me clean that and see. Yeah, this is copper, so maybe we can fix this. Yeah, there is definitely copper underneath this stuff. So yeah, I'm not very optimistic. That's bad. That's bad. Yeah. Yeah. The more I look at this, the more concerned I am that this is probably a lost cause as well. Anyway, I'll put it in the cleaner. I'll desolder this one, the speaker, and I'll put it in the cleaner, and let's see what comes back. Okay, so this board is back and has gone through 2 stages of cleaning. One was corrosion removal fluid in ultrasonic cleaner, and the other one was just regular ultrasonic cleaner fluid or whatever it is, just to make sure it's clean and all. And the only thing I did, I used this fiberglass pen, this one here, just to have a look at the board and see how much damage kind of remained. So let's go through it again and see. So this volume wheel, this is clean now, and this area was clean anyway, so it looks very good. I don't see any problems on this side, maybe except this here, but that's okay, and this pad here as well, but again, that's okay. That's just ground, I believe. So that's okay. That's not a problem. I can cover it later with UV mask, just to prevent it spreading further. So, but yeah, this is fine. I'm not worried about this. This also has cleaned very nicely. I don't see any remains of corrosion here, so this should be fine. Now the worst affected area, let me just make it slightly better, maybe like that. The worst area, the worst affected area was obviously here, the kind of power side of the board. So there's still a few kind of problematic spots left. So as you can see, I went with a fiberglass pen over this, and maybe I'll try and do it again just to make sure I uncovered every single remaining corrosion spot. So yeah, this is now okay. So as you can see, there's a few spots. So this via damaged, this via damaged, this via damaged. This is, what is this? Yeah, it's not a trace. It's just yeah. Okay. So there's a few places. Let me just clean this properly. So as you can see, there's a few vias. This is clearly damaged, and there's still some corrosion. There was still some corrosion left. So there's yeah, there's a few vias that were damaged. This one here, this one here. What else? I think that's mainly the and obviously this one here. And let's go over it one more time. Just like that. And clean it off again. So yeah, this I don't know what these vias are. I think this whole thing is a ground plane, or yeah, this is battery plus. So I think this is just ground. All this stuff here is ground, obviously. Obviously, except This is not actually, this is not damaged. This is what it is. So, and yes, this has not cleaned well, as you can see. So I will replace that. I won't leave it here with all this corrosion. This is not damaged. This is just remains of this stuff. But anyway, so I think on this side of the board, this area here is worst affected. I'm slightly worried about this. I'm not sure if, yeah, it should be fine. I think the line goes right here and is not actually affected. Or yeah, these two lines. Yeah, I think we should be fine. Obviously, this needs to be desoldered. This is the remains of this contact. So I will desolder that in a minute. This side of the board, we need to concentrate on this area. Now I'll flip the board, and let's see what we can do here. What you can see here. So again, this is the contact that will need to be removed. And again, there's we probably can see these vias that were on the other side as well, damaged. So damage here, damage here. What else? Yeah, I think that's mainly it, but these are just test points. Most importantly, we need to take care of these contacts. And I need to make sure that this should be ground, and this should be ground, and these two should be on this test path, and then we'll probably go ahead and check where that line goes and see if we have continuous path. Yeah, we'll test it later. Probably maybe this, I don't know. We'll test it later. Anyway, so what I'm going to do now, well, first thing I'm going to do, I'll just connect the power and see if it powers up at all. If it doesn't, then it means that what I suspected, that is these vias here, are not ground. Because if these vias are ground, then we are fine, no problem at all. There's a lot of other points where ground connects. But if any of these vias is not ground, but I think all of them, I'm not sure about this one. I think all of them are ground. If these are ground, then we are fine. I'll just cover these spots with UV mask later, and it'll be done. But first things first, let's connect power. So what I'm going to do, I'm connect positive side here. I'll flip it over so that we can see the diode, and the diode is right here. And the negative side will be ground. Now, where is ground? Where can I find ground? I think, let me flip it back again. Yeah, this is ground. Sorry, I'll show you. So this will be ground. So I'll just connect this point to the ground in a minute. I'll just touch it. I'll go back to the diode, make it slightly sharper maybe, and now power up my power supply, and let's see what we have. So this is not powering up. The reason is maybe that there's a lot of oxidation. Oh, well, power switch needs to be on, obviously. So it's on now. Let's see. I can't believe this. It powers up. See this? Powers on. Okay, so what I'll do now, I'll connect the display and we'll see if we can see anything on the display. Oh, I hope it will work. Well, I mean, there's still a lot of work anyway on this, but is it on? More or less it is, yeah, maybe. Just make sure that this... Okay. Okay, so hopefully that works. I think the ground, this might be ground as well. So let me just flip this back over. This will be tricky. So there's a lot of dust here. Yeah, you can't see the whole thing, but let me just, how do I do this? So that I can see the, okay, so I'm just touching the, and it works. Disconnected it now. So, okay, let's go back. See this? Power. That works. Very happy with that. So, let's power it up, power it off again. And I think I'm almost 100% sure that this, all these points here are just ground. But we'll go through the board. Let me show you the diagram of the board. So this is the other side. So let's start with the other side of the board. So I'll just show you one example, and then I'll do it off camera because it will take a lot of time. So let's just say I'm trying to find out what this via was, or this via. So this is battery minus that hole here, and if you look at this board here, we are exactly here. I think this is, yeah, this is this via here, and then that next one, then that next one is this. And as you can see, they're both ground. So if we go to some other area, where do we have more damage? I think on this side it's, oh, there. So let's see what this is, because this is damaged as well. So this one is right above the, it's this one here. And again, as you can see, ground. So all this area, this here, everything here is just ground. So that's fine. One thing remaining is make sure this is connected to ground, because if we go back to our board, as you can see right here, this is ground. So I'll check with the multimeter if this is ground, this is ground, this is ground. So there should be connectivity between these two and this. So let me do that now. We should have connectivity between this pad and this pad, and we do. And again, between, say, this pad, and we do. So these pads are perfectly fine. Now we also should see, let me just bring back that overlay again, and let's go right here. So, and yeah, that's probably the only way you can see everything. So now these two should be ground, this one, and they are. These two ground. These two connected, are they ground? No, these are actually not ground, but these two should be ground. And they are. And then this, what about that one? So this one, this one, this one, and this one, they should all be connected. And they are. So all the traces, that trace here, those traces here, and this test point here. So this connector is fine. What I mean by fine is that there is connectivity, but there is some damage. As you can see here, this is damage. It should look more like this. So what I'll do, I'll just go ahead and tin it with some solder to protect it. And same thing here. Let's check connectivity on this one. So the ground, I believe, should be this and this, and then this. Yep. And then this test point should be this one, and I think that's it, and this one. Yep. So these parts are okay. These parts are okay as well. Okay, so we'll start with flux. To make sure that it kind of sticks. I'll do the same thing on this side. They're both damaged, so that's done. Now we go ahead and apply solder to all these. And again, make sure you can see that. So I'll apply a lot of solder here just to make sure everything is covered. And my fume extractor is not on. Okay, should be better now. So this side's done. Let's do the other side. Okay, and while we are at it, let's do these pads as well. So again, flux. And we're good. So the last thing remaining here, well, not the last maybe, but what we need to do, we need to clean off this solder, because obviously this needs to be flat. So good soldering wick. And let me just do one more thing. I'll change the tip. This is not the best tip for this job. This one will be better. Or should be better, I hope. So I'll tin it a little bit and then go back to these pads and do it again. Yeah, this one is a lot better. Okay, these are done. Let's do these ones. Still some remaining solder on this pad. Yeah, these need to be really clean and flat. Okay, that's done. It's kind of hard. I should have used some sort of holder, but it is what it is. We'll clean these ones as well. So I think we are done. Oh, we need to remove this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to apply some UV mask on these spots, and probably here as well. And actually, no, I don't need any UV mask here. Here, on all these spots that are kind of naked copper. There, and where else? On the other side probably as well. Yeah, I'll apply UV mask here, here, probably cover these parts as well, and that should be it. And here and here. Yeah, so let me just do that. Don't go overboard with the solder mask. You really only need a little bit of it just to cover the area that you want to cover. And because if you add too much, it will have hard time hardening. It's okay. All this should be fine. I'll just add a tiny bit of mask here and there. These were actually fine. Let me just apply some UV light now. Okay, so this side is done. See if it hardened. Yeah, did. So flip it to the other side. This side was pretty bad, so we'll have a lot more work on this side, which is fine. So again, we'll go through it one by one, cover the whole thing with the mask. There you go. Okay, so this is done. The mask has hardened, so it's fine. So this side is done. This side is done as well. And so there's still two things that I need to do. One, replace this. And how I'll do this, I don't have the connector. I ordered it, I don't have one. So unfortunately, it won't be ready for now. But what I'll do, I'll apply low melt solder here on these points here, and it will just fall off essentially. And then I'll put back the new one. The next thing is obviously the battery contact here, which again I ordered. But I'll come up with some sort of idea how to do it just to test the device. I'll probably solder a wire there and then patch it to this side, and the battery will be able to, and patch it to this side, and the battery will be able to connect that way. So yeah, the rest of the board looks perfectly fine, and apparently it works. So I think it's safe. This needs a little bit more cleaning, but yeah, I'll do that off camera then. I think I'll assemble the whole thing off camera, and then we'll see if everything works, if the buttons work, if everything else works. So yeah, I'll do it. I'll assemble this board off camera, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the Game Boy is more or less put back or assembled. I didn't put any screws. As you can see, this wire there, this is soldered to that pad where the battery went. The buttons, the screen, everything is connected. Obviously the power switch has flown away, but anyway, we can put it back there. Now I'll just somehow I'll try and do it like this, maybe. Yeah, so that seems to work. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll put the cartridge in the slot so that it's held in place. Now this battery here, this will be easy. With this one, Yeah, I didn't really think it through. Maybe something like this. So how does it go there? I think like this. So let's try and put it there. And flip it back so that you can see it. The batteries want to come off, but and again, moment of truth. And the battery is probably not making a contact here. Just wondering how. Oh, there it is. So maybe like that. So the sound is there. Ah, yeah. Disconnected again. Yeah, that won't work. Let me just let's just see and come up with some maybe better solution to this problem. Maybe like this. Or this. No. Okay, I think I know what I'll do. Micro SD card. Hopefully this will be able to push it against the battery. Okay. Now flip it back over and turn it on. Yeah, multiple uses of SD cards, as you can see. We have sound. The speaker needs replacement though, so I'll replace it as well. Okay, so let's see. Can you see that? So this clearly works. Let's see if these buttons work. And they do. Let's see if this button works. And they do. So let's start a little game. So down works, up works, left, right work, A, B buttons, all the buttons work. So you can see, put it back. The batteries just fell off, but it still works. So as you can see, don't give up on your devices. Some of them, even they look awful, or they look like they are unrecoverable, damaged beyond repair. Most of them, some of them at least, can be fixed. As you saw, this motherboard was in really, I'll just turn it off. So the motherboard, this motherboard here, was really in a really bad shape. A lot of damage, a lot of corrosion. But with a little bit of patience, soldering iron, and a few other tools, as you can see, we saved it. Works perfectly fine. So it went through that corrosion removal and prevention bath, which helped with the corrosion, and it will prevent any remaining corrosion, if any, spreading any of the remaining corrosion. We've kind of secured the biggest spots with corrosion, and yeah, it's done. It's working. Obviously, again, as I said, there's three things remaining now. Speaker doesn't work. Well, it works, but it needs to be replaced. I'll take the speaker from the other Game Boy that I didn't think I can save, because the other one was in really good condition. This connector needs to be replaced. Unfortunately, this connector on that other board was also damaged, so I won't be using that. I'll just order a new one. And the battery connector here. Once I have all that, I solder it back, and this device is fixed. So thank you very much. There will be future videos on Game Boys, on PlayStations, Xboxes, and many other devices. So please subscribe if you can, like the video if you liked it, and see you next time. Thank you.